So Jim Bakker has been taking things super fucking personally lately. And maybe Utah Outcasts and other folks are finally starting to get on his nerves because he's got something to say about those who will mock him. Here we go.
I'm so sick of people saying, well, that prophecy didn't come true.
Then quit fucking making prophecies that don't come true.
You've got a 0 out of 100, honey. Like, not looking good.
No.
31 things from God.
Mm-hmm.
31. Like the flavors of ice cream.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's less than 100 that you've failed at. Wow. Dude, you're not doing great, though.
31 things that he's gotten from God. And,
how many years ago now?
You got it in 1999. You delivered it 1999, New Year's Eve, going into 2000.
What about
and
it?
You know,
I keep a copy of it.
And the people almost fell out when I gave it.
Yeah.
They were overwhelmed when I gave it.
Mm-hmm.
And yet.
Oh my. I'm so overwhelmed.
Well, I
not being the end of humanity.
Well, I know that this prophecy is about something that happened like a year later in 2001. And so, like, God coming to you and saying, hey, something's going to happen at some time, at some point in the near future, that something will happen with these people. It's like, all right.
I got one. There's a guy named Dave. Okay. Dave's
going to kill a guy.
Dave's going to kill a guy. That's perfectly good.
That's prophecy. That's one of these. That's what these guys are trying to do.
There is Tamika. Tamika is going to stub her toe.
Jim Bakker is going to die. Don't know how, don't know when, but he's going to die.
Within the next 35 years.
You're generous. I was going to give him a decade because he's not looking like he's doing too
I'm going to hedge my bets. I did cold reading, motherfucker. I've done cold reading for people. You hedge your bets. You're just
let's see. When we get to that'll put us around
you
episode.
Like shiny things. That could be anything.
Let's see.
I like shiny water. Look at
10
that.
10 years would put us at like episode. Let's see. It'd be 104 episodes a year. That's 1,040 on top of what we do right now. So this is like 139. So when we get to episode number 1,143.
He'll be dead.
If he's dead. If he's not dead by then, we'll be like, oh, sorry, we made a prophecy back in episode 139.
We're not going to remember it. No.
No. But that's exactly what it is, though. It's counting your hits and ignoring your misses is what that's what all these people do. Like, if all these people that are trying to say the world's going to end and it's going to end, and it never fucking ends. Like the one time they get something minuscule right,
is that you and I went small. Yeah. There's a guy named Dave who's going to kill a guy.
Tamika's going to stub her toe. Jim Bakker will die. You know,
there is a Tamika that will stub her toe within the next 2 years. That is virtually guaranteed.
Yeah, because fucking coffee tables are just placed always in the wrong spot.
Always. Like that wall, like you just moved into a new place and you're not familiar with the layout, but you gotta pee. Like that is virtually guaranteed.
Oh, and you hit it on the door jamb, or you get it on the door frame if you've had a little bit to drink.
By the way, both of our prophecies are way more specific than any of his. His are like, there will be an earthquake. It's like, wow, dude, great
Something
job.
Will happen. No shit, really?
A thing that happens naturally will happen at some point. Wow. We even gave it time limits. In the next 2 years, there is a person named Tamika who will stub her toe.
Poor Tamika.
The date is October 29th, because it's after midnight, 2017. By October 29th, 2019, Tamika will stub her toe.
And if you are watching this on YouTube and you are named Tamika and you stubbed your toe, please let us know below in comments.
That would be awesome.
That'd be funny as shit.
Delightful. That'd be delightful.
9/11 was in this.
Right. It didn't seem possible.
In a year and a half.
In his prophecy, 9/11. And it doesn't say what he said about this. Did he say that specifically airplanes were going to slam into the Twin Towers because of...
On September 1st, 2001?
From Saudi Arabian, people learning how to pilot these airplanes. Is that what it's going to say? No.
Or did you say something really bad was going to happen?
And vague. And super bad and vague.
It took
Because
before that happened.
That's right.
I bet
But
you
here-
said.
I bet you said something vague.
Here's the thing. Rick Joyner told me this, and listen to me. Church, listen.
No.
When God says something to you, you don't always know the exact time it's going to happen.
Then you have a shitty
not?
God. You have a shitty God that can't
That
tell
is a
you.
shit fucking God. Why isn't your God going like? Because that would be something. If God
If he can
was like,
see all, be all, know
specific
all.
person was going like that would be such good proof. If you could accurately predict shit, like why can't your God? Why not? Why the fuck not?
It's all going according to his plan, isn't it not? I mean, and he knows that whether you do something or don't do something, it's going to happen the way that he wanted it to happen anyway. So if he's actually
But then
coming
there's
to
no
you,
free will, and then it's like, oh my God.
I'm kind of a fan of hard determinism these days.
I am not super fond of the concept of free will I don't buy into it, but it also
You're
it is
compatibilist.
free will,
You're
but it's-
compatibilist, not hard determinist. I would think. Where you, never mind. We're not going to get on this topic. I've listened. No, that's another. That's like a 3-hour show. God damn it, we could be going down that for a while.
That would be fun.
And stop beating up the prophets because God says, whoa.
Whoa!
I can't whistle. I just tried. It didn't happen.
No. Whoa! Unto you, he says. Whoa!
Whoa!
Like I'm a horse. Whoa! Whoa! Hang on there, buddy.
I don't know.
Unto
God is a
you.
cowboy.
When you beat up on the prophets.
If they're fucking lying, I'm gonna beat them up. That's all I'm saying.
Not
Is that
literally.
verbally assault them? How about that? I'm gonna verbally tongue bathe, not tongue bathe you. What the fuck do you want to say? Nope, not tongue bathe you because I am not licking. I am not licking any of these guys. I tell you that right now.
extra good old tongue bath for the Bakker, huh?
Well,
Bakker.
I am a cunning linguist and I can lick my chin, but no, I'm. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
But no, it's somebody will tell me the word I'm supposed to be using. I always forget what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Tongue lash.
Tongue lashing. There you go.
Yeah, I had it.
God is speaking to his people. If you take time to read this book,
The Quran? Oh wait, no, he's holding up a Bible. Sorry.
It's a shit book, honey. I tried. It's just terrible.
It's bad. It's boring in a lot of parts, and then the parts where it gets good, it's just something that doesn't work for me in 2017. I'm like, no, I can't believe people used to do this kind of thing. No, it's bad. It's a bad book.
Uncomfortable. None of this makes any sense. Nobody
No.
exists in this morality at all.
No, a crazy old coot that like lived in the desert heard someone talking to him, so he cut dick skin off, and then he almost killed his son because of God telling. Fucking the Abrahamic religions are weird as shit.
you'd
That's right,
realize
genealogies. Nobody cares.
You can
Nobody
trace
cares.
yourself back to Adam.
Because-
Yeah, right.
Well, especially because you are tracking male genealogy, which is bullshit. Because you need to be tracking women genealogy, like the Jews, because that's the only one you can guarantee you're genetically related to.
Yeah, no shit. Otherwise, your name is Sand or Snow. Or wait, there's other ones too, isn't there?
Yeah, flower. It just depends on your region.
Yeah, it depends where you're born.
that everybody in this book talked with God.
Everybody?
Everyone? Because I
Everybody.
don't think that's true. I read that
That's
book. and
patently
no.
false. That there's a lot of people
Lot
that didn't
never
talk
spoke
to
with
God.
God. Lot spoke with some angels, but Lot
Yeah.
never spoke with God. And his daughters certainly didn't. And Delilah,
Oh,
who cut off
did
Samson's
Onan?
hair, didn't. And
Did Onan speak with God? I don't think so. What about everybody that was in Babylon when they were doing the Tower of Babel thing? Not everybody talked to God.
yeah, literally, no. So
The whole crowd that showed up after Jesus, the crowd of dead people that showed up after Jesus was crucified. Did they talk to God? Nope. Doesn't say anything about that in there. Nope, not at all.
Even Satan and donkeys talk to God.
Then your religion needs to be laughed off the fucking planet.
I thought that the the donkey spoke for God, though. Like that, even in their thing,
he spoke. This is talking donkey is still like something in their church. It's like
I don't even understand.
Talking snakes and it's just no, it's bad all around, Jim. Don't try by trying to put like a pretty face on this, he's making it look like a bigger turd than it was already.
I don't even understand why. but that's the thing is that these people are like, yep, the donkey totally did talk. Or they're like, no idea what you're talking about.
I've never read that part of the Bible before.
You're like, no, there's a talking donkey in it.
Yeah.
And anyone with any
Balaam, I think isn't it Balaam? Yeah, I think this was.
I don't even know.
I don't care.
But they would go like you think about it for 2 seconds, you're like, a donkey could never speak English because their mouths don't work like ours.
Nor do their brains have the cognitive ability to grasp that language, It's
like gorillas. Their entire structure of their vocal cords and everything doesn't fit English, but they can speak sign language to us.
And they can do art.
In fairly complex manners. Bonobos. I mean, there's a lot of apes that can actually communicate with us in language.
Yeah.
Just not our vocal language, because these are just a series of
vibrations
that we're making in specific ways.
Yep.
Like that's it. That's it.
It's phonemes. It's sounds that mean things to us because we decided on them. Yep.
We can communicate with dolphins, but we can't speak dolphin because that's not the way our structure works.
And we have no idea what frame of reference we have with a lot of what they're saying.
So it's donkey, even if suddenly their brain worked the way humans does, and they could completely and totally comprehend speaking as a human does, they could not do it because the physical structures are different.
Yep. So
because we're apes.
in short, go watch the movie Arrival and learn from that.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Right. That's right.
The only ones that probably aren't talking to God these days are some mean people in America.
Us. He's talking about us. He's talking about us mean people in America.
Fraud, you who have been to prison for stealing people's money, and now you're using fear mongering in order to sell them shitty food buckets at like quadruple, like 10 times the cost of what it would actually cost to buy those things. So go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You're a shit human being.
I can go to Costco and buy the same food buckets, just a lot fucking cheaper. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They just don't have the Jim Bakker label slapped on them. Okay, so
by the way, you don't need to buy food buckets if you're doing food storage. There are a lot of options out there. You don't have to buy like buckets of food.
No.
I mean, they're not the worst option, but I'm just saying there's a lot of options.
There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways to store food if you needed to do so. I don't think everybody needs to. We're not going to get on that rabbit hole, so here we go.
And people who just are anti-Christ.
Mm-hmm. That's us, isn't it? I mean, we're not. Wait. We're not anti-Christ. I don't believe he was real. Like, in order for you to be anti-something, you have to be.
I don't agree with a lot of his positions on things.
No, but at the same time, it's like that doesn't make you an anti-Christ. It just means you're like, you guys. It's like being anti-unicorn. It's like
that's exactly where. That's the exact way I was going to go with it.
I'm anti Koopa Trooper. It's like, because it's not a real thing. It's like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anti Harry Potter.
How
right?
dare you? How dare
if
these
you're
people?
like, okay, if you're like,
well, that's what Voldemort is. He's anti-Harry Potter.
I mean, but that's like an insular narrative in which has a moral lesson that it's trying to teach. So, I mean, like, if you're anti-Harry
totalitarianism Potter, is bad,
authoritarianism is bad, racism is bad, fascism is bad. Just because they're on your side doesn't make them a good guy. It's pretty easy themes to parse out, but I mean, if you're anti that, there's no anti that unless you're crazy.
You're anti-Christ. God damn it.
If you don't want to hear it, just shut me off.
To be honest, I say that to a lot of people sometimes. If you don't want to hear what we're saying on the show, I give you a disclaimer before you start listening to it, and you know from the company we keep what kind of show you're going to get here. So if you're listening to us and you don't want to listen to us, shut us off. I mean, but
I don't. Well, I do listen to this for recreation because I'm not paid for this, so I listen to this amateurly.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's different because what we're doing is refuting your ideas as a public figure.
Yep.
As public figures, we can't have a conversation with you, honey.
Because he would never have it. He would never have it with us. That's the thing, is that we could be like, hey, Jim Bakker, we've heard you say some terrible things. We've said some things. We'd like to have a conversation with you on our show. He would just.
It would be a very different conversation than what we have here, because this is silly.
Yeah. This is us just having fun with some crazy old coot saying stupid shit. That's all we do. And you know what? I had somebody say, "Oh, you guys only take people on in your videos when they're just a video that you can just comment on." I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how we've done this. That's kind of how a lot of this shit works, guys. I can't go to President Trump and have a conversation with him, so I'm going to use his words against him. It's like, come on, it's not that hard to figure out.
But. You're right. And you know what? If nobody wants to hear what Jim Bakker has to say on our show, they're welcome to turn that off too. But there comes a point where it's like, we need to refute ideas.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing here, is pointing out the absolute absurdity and just like jerk offness of this guy. And he's just, this guy, I don't buy him for a second. I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second. This guy is a fraud. He's a con man. Yep. This guy, he maybe somewhere he believes in God or something like that. I don't know. I can't evaluate what his personal beliefs are, but we do know he's a fraud, and that he intentionally has defrauded people, and that's his thing that he does, and he doesn't care. And so I am happy to call out frauds.
Yep.
Everywhere I find them.
Especially you folks that monitor me every day to try to destroy me. You just go away. You don't have to be there. You don't have to hear it. But one day you're going to shake your fist in God's face.
Is he God? Is that what he's trying to say there? You're going to shake your fist in God's face. You know what? And this isn't me being like edgy atheist here, but if I did go in front of God, I would shake my fist and be like, why? Why all of it?
His God.
Yeah, if it was his God. Yeah, if it was the Yahweh, if it was the God of the Bible kind of thing. I don't give a fuck if I am thrown into a pit for eternal torment, because I was never given anything more than what I had up here in my brain. If he can't make this shit work for me, fuck him.
Then he never loved me. No. If he is intentionally gaslighting me by not showing the fuck up and demanding I love him, I won't. Nope. I will not.
Nope.
I will not meet him there. I will shake my fist in his face.
Yep.
But if Jim Bakker's God is real and I am supposed to buy into his fucking cockshittery, I will shake my fist in that God's face and go, "You kidding me right now? Yeah, send me to hell."
Because look at it this way.
I am about to start a revolution against you, motherfucker, because there's a lot more of us there than there is up here.
Look at it this way. Satan knew there was a God, knew of his plan, knew that he couldn't stand any chance against, trying to topple the crown. If the stories are to be believed, he knew that God was real. He knew what his power was, because he got created by God, and he knew that. And so what he ended up doing is he also went like, no, you know what? Fuck you. And what's the biggest thing? What's the first thing that we hear about him doing in the Bible where, Satan did the worst thing that he possibly could? Is that he taught somebody something. He taught somebody something.
See, that's exactly it. Satan didn't lie.
He enlightened people.
He did not lie. He said, "No, you will not die this day." Then she didn't. And then she went, "Holy shit, I'm not going to die this day. Adam, you won't die this day." And then he had knowledge of good and evil, right? And that's what, and that kind of goes back to the entire basis of Constantine and the Council of Nicaea, where it was authoritarianism is what their goal was. and that's been the theme throughout Christianity, is authoritarianism. Now, early Christians before Constantine needed a banner and under which to exist, Christianity was so splintered, and it was just its kind of own thing, and Rome just kind of went, fine, whatever. You could say that there were factions that were not authoritarianistic, and those parts got into the Bible as well.
Yep.
But the parts that demanded conformity were authoritarian on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That was the idea. And that's why Jim Bakker here, and he says, shut it off. Because the greatest threat to these ideas is refuting them.
And the thing is,
and guess what? The greatest threat to our show is not refuting our ideas. The greatest threat to our show is if somebody actually threatens our free speech. People are allowed to, we have it out there publicly. If you want to refute our ideas, that's perfectly in your right.
Lots of shitty comments. We will use your comments against you, just like we do with Jim Bakker. We've had people say, go kill yourself. Be like, oh, that's lovely. No, how about I don't do that? Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Nope.
But if it just offends you personally, if you just don't like the way we do it, it's not the ideas, but just a woman having thoughts. Shut it off, because I'm not going to stop. But if it's just that you, or if this just isn't your taste, if this just, our humor is not your cup of tea, shut it off. But if you want to actively refute our ideas, fine. That's your prerogative. We are here to refute ideas as well.
Yep. And the thing is, don't just do a drive-by and be like, you guys suck. Like, if you're watching this video or you know, listening to this podcast and you have a disagreement with what we're saying, unlike other certain prominent, you know, atheist bloggers and YouTubers and people that have their own podcasts, if someone comes up to me and says, hey, you're completely wrong about this, I'm going to listen to them. I'm not just going to put up a wall and be like, nope, I refuse to listen because you're trying to, how dare you tell me that I'm wrong? If I'm wrong, I will honestly sit there and listen. If I disagree with what you're saying, I'll try to point it out to you. But just coming by and saying, nope, you guys are wrong and you're just as religious as the Christians. We got one of those this week. Because you have a clique, an inside group, and it's like, no, we really don't, guys. We just...
We're the outcasts.
We're just
kind of
friends.
Our thing.
Ooh, God, how dare we be friends with people?
How dare we have friends? But no, I am genuinely, if you have information in which I can evaluate, I am all down. We haven't really ever gotten a comment with information to evaluate, though. No. Most of the time it's, she's a whore, and you guys suck.
And you vape.
That's it. And yes, and Kyle and I vape.
Ooh, oh man. How dare those photons coming off of the screen offend people? Because that's the only people that do complain, that the people watch it visually instead of on the podcast, because you don't know if people are vaping if you don't hear them do it. And that's been conquered already.
Mute button.